treatment which are done by the system.
Yeah.
So
This
I
is
would
great.
put. I think I think it's a good list of the criteria.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if so, what are the vendors that you can comfortably speak about if we have to compare the vendors?
Well, I have of course some views on the vendors. I'm not sure that I have a detailed view on today's, let's say, on the most recent products, but I can try. Regarding, let's say, well, what is existing on the market. So what is well known, of course, are all these universal systems, which are, let's say, encompassing a lot of options and which are applicable in many environments. And here I'm thinking about Siemens, for example, or about General Electric. So these are good examples. But again, these are the global names. Do you have some specific names that you want to discuss?
I think I was just thinking if we can compare these things like Siemens, GE, and depending on what you have worked with, like I think Dassault and Schneider, like do you think we can rate them on these different key buying factors?
So you mentioned Schneider, and which other one did you mention?
I mentioned Rockwell.
Rockwell also, okay.
It's fine, like depending on what exposure you had on vendors, like we can speak about those. If it's just Siemens and GE, it's fine. I think between Siemens and GE, I just want to understand, like how would we rate them against these factors that we just discussed?
Okay. So what I would say is probably that the one which is the most universal in the sense of what I said, and bringing a lot of options, but also which has some rigidity, and which is not necessarily transparent, but which is a very good product, in fact, in technical terms, is Siemens. So that's what I would say. The strength of GE is more flexible. It's more flexible. It's a bit more transparent. The big strength of GE is that it has been done basically in order to manage to make data analytics and to make machine learning on all this on all this data. So that's certainly the strength of General Electric, which has been aiming at that, and that's really what they want to achieve. Schneider Electric is probably what can I say to General Electric? It's one which is probably very much focused on physical data in the workshop, and it's more a very efficient let's say, controlling and management system. It's less intelligent, so to say. It's less data analytics and intelligence. It's more versatile than the Siemens. It's more flexible and more versatile than the Siemens, which is a good point for them. Rockwell, I don't necessarily. It's probably the one I know the least. So I would be cautious on Rockwell.
Yeah. When you said that GE has better analytical capabilities, are you referring to the GE Predix platform, or the MES itself has different capabilities inside?
No, in fact, I mean that the MES platform is quite compatible, and it speaks very well with Predix, so to say. So that's the point. It speaks very well with